there's been one man who's been in the eye of the storm, and that's Rahul Gandhi. No surprises there, man. But imagine whatever he's been saying there has got a lot of controversy. His party, of course, is going to be defending him, but for the BJP, it's full on ammunition.
Well, Pallavi, let it put this. What else do you want Rahul Gandhi to speak? He's the opposition leader of the Congress.
Yeah, but you don't
Obviously,
expect him to, I don't expect him to praise the BJP or the Prime Minister, but you think it's okay when he goes there and says America and Europe are keeping a closed eye on things that are going wrong in a country because there are trade ties and there's money involved?
Well, I think in his second lecture, when he was asked this, that, about Cambridge, when you have defamed India at Cambridge, he said, listen to my speech and I have not defamed my country in any way. But in the same breath, he also says that, as you say, that US and UK are not looking at what is happening in India, which he says is, in a way, democracy being blown to smithereens, as he said in Cambridge. And this is because of trade ties. I think the larger picture, Pallavi, also here is that I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi is going extremely aggressive because a year left for the election. This is maybe, I would say, his last chance to take on Mr. Modi and maybe, make a difference, because that is, he sees as, because it's been a long time in politics and has not been able to defeat Mr. Modi in a general election. There's been 2 elections already. I think he's going for the broke, and that is why such harsh, or we can say very, very strong kind of attacks on the BJP. I think both sides will be in this battle for the next 1 year. And certain points which said, I think the more important point, Pallavi, which I saw from his speech, one point when he was asked about, are you the prime ministerial candidate, he clearly said, I don't want to get into this. And this is not even on the discussion table. So this is something which, in 2019, many opposition parties were not happy about, the Rahul Gandhi being the face. You think that will make a difference?
And I think Kharge's Congress understands that, because Mallikarjun Kharge, again, interestingly, a few days back did make the point that we're not looking at any face. We're not pitching ourselves to become the Prime Minister. I think this was an important messaging perhaps he needed to give, the Congress needs to give, if it wants to get the allies on board, that listen, we are not going to be the big brother. Let's wait to see what the results are out. It's more important that all of us come together and, we get the numbers so that we can unseat Modi. In fact, Rahul Gandhi does say that, don't think that you cannot do it. He was saying it in the context of China and Savarkar. But much of what Rahul Gandhi is saying is something which is not new. I can understand his angst, because it's a fact that many of the opposition leaders do feel that inside parliament they're not shown. We see that they're not shown when they're protesting, and it matters to their political constituency. But the issue is that I think at one point of time he forgot where to draw the line. Consistently making the government look fascist and autocratic. The people who are defending him, they are saying, nahi bolega to galat kaun sa bola hai. My point is not that. My point is that as a political party, you have to be politically smart and savvy. You are giving that tool, and the BJP is playing it up. From the law minister to the INB minister, Anurag Thakur, and at some point of time, don't you think the Prime Minister will also make the point?
Well, obviously, I think Rahul Gandhi's comments are a fodder for the BJP. At some point of the campaign, they're going to use it. They will use it in, I think, the weeks and days to come. But I think the important point also, when, I think some points are really controversial, when people don't digest that. When Rahul Gandhi says that Mr. Jaishankar does not understand the threat from China, the Jaishankar has been the ambassador in China, the Jaishankar has not been the foreign secretary.
One of the main reasons why he was chosen to be the Prime Minister.
Exactly. So, these kind of things don't make much sense, frankly, because they, in a way, fly against traditional logic. But I think some points that Rahul Gandhi makes, fits into the Congress, because, the 3 points that he's making, that the campaign of the Congress for 2024 is basically on inflation, it is on unemployment, and it's on Adani. So he's identified the 3 topics, and he's going all aggressive against the government on these 3 topics, and saying that the mainstream media does not talk about them. And so I had to take out the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Aishwarya Rai and who did he mention? One more, Salman Khan or something.
Yeah. So he
watches Aishwarya Rai a lot.
Oh really? Okay.
Really.
Yeah, but the other point, Pallavi, that he made, I want to ask you about that. When he says that, the larger opposition talks are happening, some conversations are happening, there's a surprise in store, and then we had Mr. Derek O'Brien writing in Indian Express on the road to how the party should fight 2024 an aggregate of state elections.
But you also wrote a very nice piece on that, on how the whole opposition unity concept is crumbling. Mamata Banerjee's comment is big news, isn't it? If she says that in 2024, my alliance is going to be with the people, even if it's just talk, even if because she wants to play her own cards well, because I'm told she's supposed to meet Akhilesh Yadav soon in Kolkata. But the point is that everyone seems to be moving in different directions. Look at the dilemma within the Congress party. On one hand, they were forced to issue that statement when they said we don't like the misuse of ED, CBI when it came into context of Manish Sisodia. But you have posters being put up, because at the state level they have to take on up, at the central level they seemingly have to support, and those 9 people who wrote that letter to Prime Minister Congress was
Congress was
conspicuous
missing
by
in
its
that.
absence.
See, I think what Rahul is saying in what Derek O'Brien's piece, if you read that piece, I think Pallavi, the larger point they're trying to make is that in states where the regional partners are strong, you let them take the lead. Congress should take the lead in states where it is strong.
Yeah.
But I think it is far more easier said than done. Like the piece I wrote, I'm basically arguing that, let's take the 5 big states. Let's take UP, Bihar, let's take Bengal, let's take Kerala. Uh, in these states, will Congress take a backseat in UP and Bihar, for example,
No, they
where they
can't
hold
afford
just one
to.
Lok Sabha seat? Will they let JDU and RJD fight the majority of the seats in Bihar? Will they let Akhilesh and Mayawati fight the majority of the seats in UP? Will they let Mamta fight all the seats in West Bengal, where they hold just one Lok Sabha seat again? Will left make
Or
way?
can there be a left plus Congress plus TMC alliance in West Bengal for Lok Sabha?
Yeah. Will the left make way for Congress in Kerala, for that example? So it's a very complex equation,
Yeah.
and I think Rahul in his speech at the media event said that some states are simple, some states are complex. So I think the simple states is mentioning are Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh,
Karnataka, they're
Punjab,
hoping.
Karnataka, where the Congress is the main player. Obviously, he's saying the complicated states where Congress is not strong, but Congress doesn't want to cede its space also. And in a way, Congress has ceded its space in these states to the regional partners, and that is why it became irrelevant over the years,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's a very complex equation, and BJP always feels that this is opposition leaders will come on one stage, hold hands before the elections, but when the election comes, they will all go their own ways because they want to guard their own turf.
We saw that happening in Tripura, right? Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party were criticizing the
Yeah.
TMC over there.
Yeah.
So you had a fragmented opposition there to the BJP, which I don't know. I think it helps also the BJP.
So yeah, I think, as I said, these are just words yet. That there'll be larger opposition unity against the BJP. That is the way to defeat the BJP. Obviously, this is also a admission on the part of Rahul Gandhi and Congress and other opposition parties that alone they can't defeat the BJP. BJP will point this out again and again. Mr. Modi is very good at it. At some event, you're going to see Mr. Modi or Mr. Amit Shah saying, देखिए ये तो एक अकेले दम है नहीं, सबको मिलकर ही हमसे लड़ना है तो लड़ ले,
I
हम
think
सबसे मिलकर भी लड़
that's going to
लेंगे.
be the slogan of the BJP or the Prime Minister. Ek sab pe bhari,
Ek sab pe-
ek versus the rest of them. I mean, it can be quite a catchy slogan.
That's line he used in the parliament. I think that in a way that ek Modi in sab pe bhari pad raha hai. So that is the reason that all these parties want to come together.
And the corruption, because this letter can always be used by the BJP to make the point, and by the Prime Minister, this is exactly what I spoke about. The only time you see the opposition uniting is whenever there's a corruption
there's
issue.
action against corruption. Yeah, exactly. So I think obviously Congress is saying that agencies are being misused against opposition leaders, and they give the example of Himanta Biswa that once he turned to BJP, the cases fell flat. But yeah, that point is there. But as I say, I think going ahead into 2024, we are seeing these opposition conversations starting to gain some momentum. There is some talk surely happening, which we maybe don't know about. And state elections and Lok Sabha elections.
How the voters come to know about
it. Media doesn't know about it.
Media doesn't know.
No, but I think the larger, if you speak also to the other opposition party, there is an admission now that a state election is very different from a Lok Sabha election. The mandates are different, and though people may vote for you in an assembly election for a regional player, when it comes to the Lok Sabha election, people vote for Mr. Modi in the BJP.
But don't you think, Aman, because the last time we really saw a successful opposition coming together was in 2004, but there was a Sonia Gandhi. And there were those regional parties who were not as ambitious as they are now. I mean, TMC and all were ready to play second fiddle. There was a Sonia Gandhi which everyone was willing to listen to.
Yeah.
Where is that Sonia Gandhi now? I mean, Kharge can't play that role. Clearly, Rahul Gandhi can't. Mamata Banerjee on her own can't. So that's also going to be one advantage to the BJP. And you think the BJP knows that?
Well, there is no central glue as in the opposition. As you correctly say that because Sonia Gandhi in 2004, she acted as a glue between various parties. Clearly, that kind of acceptability is not there for Rahul Gandhi. In fact, when Rahul Gandhi was asked at this media event in London that, how will you bring about all these parties together? He said, now it is Mr. Kharge's job. So, Mallikarjun Kharge ke pattern, I will give my view, but it is Mr. Kharge's job to bring them together. So, it's a very, very tough ask. And you're facing also a party which is very, very strong electorally. It has a charismatic leader, and BJP feels that, Mr. Modi's magic is still very much intact. The popularity is very much intact, and he will succeed against this myriad kind of opposition unity, which BJP feels is going to collapse, and BJP thinks it has done the work and has nothing to worry. But clearly, I think Rahul Gandhi is trying to set the pitch higher through especially his London trip, though, this criticism will always be there that he is in a way defaming the country abroad, which is not done.
And thank God for Rahul Gandhi. He always gives us a talking point.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for watching. Another quick Power Circuit episode we had, Aman and I. Thank you so much for watching. Give us your reactions on all the social media platforms. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we are there.
Thank you so much.